them fucking models. Ain't got no time for the baby. Waiting about money, I go desperado. Black and white diamonds, mulatto. I spend it, then make it the motto. Yeah. So many flexing and capping about what they don't got. You rocking your brain watch. When I walk in the club, just look at your whole stock. She looking a whole lot. She choosing cause she see the life that she don't got. Now watch how these hoes fly. I see niggas that starting to take all these whole spots. They got from a whole twat. I had sure. In the back room, pass to the gang and they send it back through. Back with a nigga, goddamn, he cool. Self-made nigga, but I still went to school. Never let a nigga say the books. As long as you get money, that's the number one rule. The tie whole thing made nothing left. I didn't hit bottom from bottom from bottom from bottom. Now I'm at the top now. I know some niggas who loyalty different, but they only fuck with who hot now. Had to get technical, cut off the leashes. I shoot by myself like a black crowd. I got this shit cause I'm hot now. I got this shit cause I made it out. I didn't hit bottom from bottom from bottom from bottom. Now I'm at the top now. I know some niggas who loyalty different, but they only fuck with who hot now. Had to get technical, cut off the leashes. I shoot by myself like a black crowd. I got this shit cause I'm hot now. I got this shit cause I made it out.
Side of fourth and spotlight bottom. Fell beautifully. $7-11. Heart chakra just doing the most right now. It's doing what it has to do. Do the most. Heart chakra, do the most. While activated, do the most. Okay?
Shit, then they gotta hate. This what a flea market. It's a whole lot of fakes. I thought my niggas was solid. That's my mistake. I'ma go get it. She called it a lot today. Put that dick in the guts, make her whole body ache. Me and my brother show up to the party late. Get that bitch bumping and make the whole party shake. Hoes get me dirty, so I keep them far away. Now I feel sexy. Might go break her heart today. Got it the harder way. Now we gotta move a smarter way. We get too far away just to go and do it all the way. I might do some water today while sipping on some Chardonnay. I be doing magic. I be spazzing like a waterway. Ooh wee, who is he? I should go to jail for what I do to beast. Told her come here. That's the new of me. I do is spoon with it. You ain't cool, you think I'm in a stool with me. I don't know who you plotting to whenever you walk out of the room. I'ma keep it fucking, ain't no point in me to lie to you. Gonna make a move instead of
It's the flow for me.
I'ma be the greatest, so I'm doing what I gotta do. Only hit it once and then I gotta go. Adios. They was sleeping on me, now they mad they put pajamas on. I ain't worried about him cause I know what type of time he on. He be talking tough, but I know he don't want no problems on. As long as we getting dough, I don't give a fuck who got the most. I don't know what niggas on, but I'ma keep it solid though. Doing what I'm doing, ain't no telling where I'm about to go. Now look at me in my face and tell me that I'm not a go.
Now look at me in my face and tell me I'm not the GOAT. All right, y'all. Welcome. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Avala Bandera. Welcome all to the channel. Shout out to the original Bandera Show fam, aka the members of the channel. Shout out to y'all. Okay. And let's see what this Saturn day, while in the sign of Aries, a whole restart. Here's the thing. You know when you go through the following experience, when you decide you're going to take a leap of faith and make an attempt at something you didn't fully go in with the passion that you intended to have when you initially stepped foot towards that endeavor, and all is going well. And then there's this phase where, no, bump that. It's the other way around. Thank you, Source. Okay. So it's this way, this type of experience where, well, you can still keep what was going on. When you decide to embark on doing what it is that you're passionate about, and you have people from your past that come back because they see you shining, but then you also realize that this would possibly be the final straw with this type of energy around you, or you allowing that energy into your presence. That's sort of the experience that the collective may be getting a taste of while Saturn is in Aries right now. And that point when the energies are returning to see if they can cloud your judgment in terms of the decisions that you're making that truly align with you identifying yourself as yourself at 11:55, when Saturn goes back into Pisces once it retrogrades, before it takes on its full journey in February. Something about that. I just wanted to come up. So 511, 715 on the clock, 511 over there. Okay. So that energy of things that could be coming back from the past is gaining its momentum as we speak. Okay, it doesn't have to happen when Saturn goes retrograde and goes back into Pisces. Nah, because Saturn in Pisces, when we look at the tarot card, it's what? The Eight of Cups, which is walking away from those things that no longer serve you. So there may be a chance that those things that no longer serve you, okay, may surprise that ass, may pop up or something. For others of you, that's also an idea that comes back that you may have let go of because you thought it no longer served you. But what's actually happening was the fact that this idea you had was not an idea that you was able to give birth to and nurture with a certain environment or group of people that you used to be around. So what it is you are taking on that idea, but you're recognizing the energies that no longer serve you, that didn't allow that project to fully gain its momentum, and now you're putting that unnecessary shit to the side. You know what I mean? So another thing, Know what you stand for so you know what you're choosing. Know what you stand for so you know what you're choosing. Because a lot of times you'll decide on a decision or on a choice that reflects what you see as who you are, your identity, and what you stand for. When what you stand for changes and becomes more in alignment to your soul's purpose, what you used to choose, you will no longer choose again. Okay? And of course, we gonna, you know what I'm saying, throw in the astrology chart tip, you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to help you to see that part of you. There's so many other tools and charts you can use, you know, to become more aware of your soul's essence. Just don't be ignorant to what's out there for you. Okay? So 1919 on the time, or 719, 515 on the screen. So yeah. Let's get into these messages. I really want to play some music though. I might go on TikTok later too. So if you're on TikTok, it's the same as here. I may go live there later. Maybe. It's not guaranteed. Huh. Just saying. But yeah. Let me... It's not gonna play. No, it's not, because I don't need it to. We don't need shit when we are aligned, okay? This one? No. Let's use this one. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. When you know what you stand for, you know what choices to make. When you know what you stand for, you know what choices to make. What message is connected? Fluidity, number 12. Outer core. Let's see. What else? Building atoms, number 40, 12, 40, 7. Spiritual initiation. Fluidity with your spiritual initiation. Something is beginning to show itself on your outer core, becoming more noticeable. I love that. When you know what you stand for, your choices become different. So things that you used to feel comfortable approaching, you no longer do. Especially if you raise yourself to a higher vibration. 722 on the clock, 418 on the screen. A attraction, huh? Magnetism, absolutely. Yep, 3 and 1, 37. That's a 10, but 3 and 1 with the 12 and the 37, 3 and 1. Something about that ratio. For every 3, there's only 1. For every 3, there's only 1. Your energy is so fluid and magnetic right now, collective. Just be very mindful of that, okay? Which is why it's important for you to know what you stand for. We're going to keep saying that over and over and over. Fury, bushfires, 10, a 1. This kangaroo is given the energy of don't jump into conclusions. And then we have ignition, more fire, more fire. Ignition, number 8. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 is here. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Your inner knowing is on fire. I mean, be very mindful, collective, for real, of how magnetic the energy is right now. Well, Venus is in Taurus too, so there's that. Venus is in its ruling sign, Taurus. And Taurus in the Tarot, you can look at that as the Empress or the Hierophant. Something about your light, the essence of your light, beauty, luxury. You have fitness. There's also something here about personal stylists, also fashion, modeling. You're very magnetic at this time. What's at the bottom? Solitariness, 13, the desert. More energy regarding the heat. Now they're showing me a camel because of the desert, and the camel can be quite stubborn. It'll tend to just move when it wants to, when it's ready to. You could be a fixed sign, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, somebody's name is Leo, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Someone named Leah is very significant, 522. Endurance, rock. Endurance, rock. This is solid. This is some solid stuff here, especially when it comes to you stepping into your creation, your creative mode, igniting that fire, that passion. On top of that, we got this magnetism card with Saturn in the back. Just her timekeeper. Some of you have more responsibility now when it comes to working the grid, when it comes to this planet. Your responsibility just went up a notch. Because you've realigned with the version of you that was asleep, but it can only be awakened during a certain time. During this certain, okay, the time was kept until a certain point, then this energy would be released. Something about this area of someone's head too, right side. They're showing me the scene from the Matrix and being plugged. Greetings. Okay, you got two. Alpha Draconians in here. 244 on the screen. 2444 on the screen. Two cards came out. Wildness, electricity, and solidity. Wow, fluidity and solidity. 12 and 18. 12 is the hangman, 18 is the moon, but you have the inner and outer core that shows up here with electricity. So what? Espérate. Let's move this here, the way they come out. 12, 20, 37, 36. 8, 18. 122, 188. 733, 633. With this electricity, okay, as magnetic as you are right now, okay, and the connection to this sudden awakening, yeah, there is a beautiful balance here of the inner and outer parts of you, as with some of you are really working through this universal law of as within, so without, and it's helping you to bring your desires into reality, manifest. Okay, just went over here. You have rebirth at the bottom of the deck. I could feel the energy resources having me ease into this. Never underestimate silence for non-action. Time is up. More energy about the timekeeper, blessing. Committed. You stuck to the plan. Foot on all they necks. Okay. Ooh. You got the warrior energy, the justice, a gateway, a gatekeeper. You were committed to your mission of being a gatekeeper in the sense of $727 on the screen, 731 on the time. People, you're awakening to this, and there are people who are also awakening to this as well about you. That link up there says is a whole bunch of things going on up there in that link, but it says there's something about tongue. The power of your tongue has increased, which gives you more responsibility. And people are seeing that you are awakening to the fact of what it means to be a gatekeeper, in the sense of where people can literally, just by having you around them, you can change their whole reality. That's something about the mind's eye too, where you can instantly open people up. It's as if you're a spiritual surgeon. Someone here is a spiritual surgeon. Which is dangerous for those who misjudge you or lie about you with this foot on all their necks showing up, especially when it comes to energies that have been corrupt and unethical. It's at the top. Kabbalah, the tree of life, integration, life lessons, emanation. Forgive. Wow. Okay. There we go. See, it's always something that's just going to pick up from the previous message. That's fine. But the fact that that's a reptilian energy, there's something about someone's skin regenerating in a way that people thought it was just a movie. With endurance and outer core, it's because of the fire that you have within you, with inner core showing up under the fire, ignition energy. There's a cycle that has completed due to forgiveness as well, or this full moon. That's okay. That's a whole dove, but this is showing up as somebody's nose, as I just showed this to y'all. So, clairsentient, your gift of smell could be increasing. Some of you are doing something, shifting in energy from a distance. Because you smell the energy, you get to the root of whatever spirit or entity this is, as far as you having your foot on all their necks. Top shutter. But yeah, 616, spiritual prison. Seeing who truly does not connect or recognize spirit. 616, top shutter. Committed to your mission as a top shutter of source. Enough is enough. 144, 555, 1212. And what we got? Respond. The universe is nudging you. Respond. You a first responder? To what exactly? What is happening? I'm hearing the intro to something, but I don't recall what show it is right now, but there's something about an intro. The universe is nudging you. You're responding, and the intro is playing. 7:36 on the time. This is wild. Okay, this is some wild shit that I got me picking up on over here. Source. I saw 3 with that Alpha Draconian, but it came through as Mother of Dragons energy. Okay. Something also about making time stand still. The fuck is you doing? What are you doing? I love it. I love this type of energy. Look at 3312 on this other thing up there. 633, 737. What is this? Give me another one. Releasing karma, philosophy, mysticism. Speaking of rebirth, 11. Justice is on your side here, 711. A desire fulfillment coming through, coming true. Expansion, 1. North. You could be on the path of your north node. Not could be. You are on the path of your north node. This you responding when the universe is nudging you is you being in alignment to your north node that's gonna lead to expansion. 1, 7, 17, 11, justice, and the star. Your healing is your justice. Your commitment to your healing is your justice. Your commitment to your healing brings forth balance, brings forth justice. Venusian. Wow. Justice Libra energy is ruled by Venus as well, but you have Venusian here. Your healing is your justice, and it comes through with a commitment, a soulmate, empathy. Know what you stand for so you know what you're choosing. 738. The fact that it shows up now, and I see that number every day because there's a card with that number. Hold up. Let's see something. That's 711 again, though. Okay. Which is a 9. Something is finally completing. Durga, or whichever goddesses that have multiple hands is assisting you right now. Why is this shit on 711? I mean, more, it's possible that it was from a different message, but that's anyway. 711 first brings a message that you are doing a great job and are on the right life path. It started over because angel number 711 brings a message that you are doing a great job and are on the right life path, and you are encouraged to continue along as you are. Know where you are at currently in your life path, in your journey. Okay? Because this message may not be for everyone. This is for those who are aware of the verbiage that they use that allows you to be aligned. Okay? Angel number 711 is a sign that you have chosen your thoughts well and have made wise choices and decisions. You are reminded also that the emotion of gratitude will speed the process of your manifestation. Manifestations. So remember to acknowledge and be grateful for all the blessings entering your life. The source is also saying even the challenges. 711 also suggests that new information or news of a positive nature is on its way. So listen to your intuition and heed its guidance. It's in regards to the next steps of your divine life path. Pay attention to your thoughts and ideas as they are revealing the answers to your prayers. $738. This has to do with wealth and abundance. Your requests have been heard and are being responded by the angels, ascended masters, and universal energies. Give any financial concerns or worries to the angels for healing and transmutation, and trust that all is well. Remember, the more you have, the more you have to share. So, what is the reason for asking for financial abundance? Is what the collective is being asked to be mindful of, especially with this electricity that you have flowing through you in alignment to you being magnetic or having to do with your magnetism, because you're going to be given an opportunity where you are given more and therefore you have more to share. So let's say some of you are in a, he said in a pickle, in a situation, right, where you are asking for an increase in your finances to handle some troubles you have going on. The challenge for you is going to be switch your perspective in calling in that financial abundance, because it allows you to give more. Because it seems as though some of you could be shutting yourself out by requesting financial abundance to take care of a problem. Align with requesting financial abundance as you being the solution. So that way you can utilize your prosperity for the upliftment and betterment of yourself and others. That could be the karmic lesson here for someone. Who exactly? Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, rising. Because Saturn is in your second house. And Saturn is going to be guiding you through the karma or lessons of value. What you own, what you give, and how you ground. So you're being asked to materialize the mystical, because Pisces with Saturn and Aries says, I am the mystic's root. And the blue avians, birds are very significant in terms of giving you the direct messages about what to do next. Blue jays specifically. This will be timekeeper. Thank you. This would be the moment where you utilize time as a resource, and the resource being a language, where now you're able to see a trend or pattern when a significant bird shows up with the message for you. Okay? And be committed to that. Because there's something here where you are prepared to release fully. Enough has been enough. You've been committed to the process, but the process you have outgrown a particular process here. And you're ready to align with your magic through your presence. Allowing all things to become a sacred economy, especially with Saturn in the second house, Pisces, sun, moon, rising. So rising, this is something that's happening in your physical environment. Pisces sun having to do with your career or your father. Pisces moon, this would have to do with your home, your ancestors, your mother. Okay. Fifth house and Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, and fifth house shows up. Now, let me see, because that is Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising. Saturn is in your quinto house or fifth house. Neptune in the fifth gives you this sense of mystical imagination and mystical art. The energy of mysticism is at an all-time high in this right now. I mean, this is the zone, the portal, the channel of that energy, but it's very specific to this right now. It's very specific to mysticism. So some of you are about to have the relationship you've always dreamed of. Or at least you have the opportunity to call that in. Hold on. It's something about you daydreaming, and use it wisely. Because you won't fuck around and manifest some shit. Where you work at 9 to 5 one day, one lucid moment. You wake up the next day. You in a point in your life where you go into events such as the NBA Finals and sitting at the front row, which means you are capable of paying for a ticket that's between 10 and 15 grand easily. Okay, so it is. Venus is here at the bottom of the deck. Just now peeping that. The charm of being artistic and the charm of reverence where people want to revere you. It's on some, you no longer playing this small. Again, why? When you know what you stand for, you know what to choose differently. Your choices become different. Obviously, that shit's gonna be the title. Might as well be. Huh? Mm-hmm. Whatever any of you were imagining at this time in terms of what you're calling in, especially if it's coming from a genuine state, respectful, genuine state, from your higher self, that moment, that pause, the message has been delivered. The moon. And then you have Cancer. Huh. This energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving, and may concern family, a mother, or a child. That's a confirmation for someone with the moon in Pisces. Being that the moon was at the bottom of the deck and the sign that it rules shows up. If you have a moon in Pisces, take heed. Also moon in Cancer, moon in Leo. I'm hearing intro music again. Some of you could be taking a leap of faith to go to a casting. I see that turning out very well. You about to surprise yourself. Some of you could be gaining clarity about a certain familiar or family tie that was unclear at one point. A family tie that was unclear at one point. Huh. And this would be because you allow yourself to connect to the depth of your psyche, your psychic depth. That would be Neptune in Cancer. There's a lot of release of karma here. If you come across, this is specific, if you are unclear about a certain soul tie that may have to do with a family member, and for the reason of clarity, you see this video of, you see this video of a little girl where birds just land on her, whatever it was that you were perceiving at that time, trust your intuition. Because I feel some of you may come across that video. What came through as that's because this is here. 11, 7, that's 7, 11 there too. What's with your birthday could be 7/11, July 11th could be significant, or 2011. Yeah, putting the pieces together. That's 18. That's the moon card. Being at odds with the situation, and now because you're able to put the pieces together, you're able to reconnect with the heart chakra. Aries here at the bottom of the deck. One more. Wow. Vesta. You did this quietly. It's something you did quietly. You could be stepping away from something quietly. Cancer again, 3 of Cancer. Constellation comes out. There's some serious alignment happening here. Exchange of data with the blue avians specifically here for some of you. You have a strong connection to blue avians. This is the reason for Blue Jays showing up a lot more. There's an exchange of data. And you're in connection with a large amount of data. I'm hearing quantum processor. For some of you who work with technology, specifically technology, computers or whatever, it's part of, that's part of the reason why you're in that field. It's gonna help you to connect to your primordial energy. Basically, it helps you to remember why you came here. Lone wolf style, doing something quietly, 7 of Libra. Need for speed, moving on. Someone either has a bike, loves bikes, or loves fast cars, but also a nonconformist. A leather jacket is very significant. I can smell it. I mean, I know this image, obviously someone has one on, but I can smell it. I can smell the leather. There's something about someone's nose. When you look at something, you can smell what's there, or there's something you haven't read, you're noticing. Where your nose is guiding you. You could also have a connection to Hecate, the dogs that she walks with, hounds. Hot air balloons, balance, uplifting, defying gravity. Someone here has been having some serious out-of-body experiences. Yes, you have. And this is where you retrieved this upgrade. You're coming to the completion of this. Full moon in Sag. Yo. And the sword and scales came out sideways. Justice. This is being balanced out now. Number 38 again. I mean, it was 738, but 38. 711, 738, and 38. Very significant, y'all. 38 has to do with wealth when we look at the lexicon value of it. Let me see. Abidjan. My father is the sea. Wow, Neptune, Holokun. You went to the depths quietly. It is something here about someone's dreams. At this situation, at this time, the situation or outcome is to occur. What is? Keeping something off. And I just said keep it off. Keeping something off, keeping something away. Catalyst for change, but that's also 7-Eleven meaning too. Catalyst for change. Keeping something away. There's someone you're keeping away. There's someone you're keeping away without even having to do anything. But the doing has to do with you being in this energy of this upgrade. I'm hearing the name Abby is significant. 3855. 38515. We have the urn that shows up. A change of state. Some of you moved quietly, or you will be moving quietly. You have someone on the other side that is possibly a water sign that's helping you right now to move or assisting you with some form of travel. A water sign that's possibly born on the 18th. There's specific content that you're seeing, you will be seeing, that's going to give you significant confirmation. Okay? Stamina, endurance, twice showing up. Poise and grace, tread lightly. Honing a skill. Yeah, that's going back to this upgrade. And the feet has to do with Pisces too, though. You're getting to the root, which is helping you to release the karma. But you have to get into your mysticism to do that. You have to get into the story of your emotions to do that. You've been doing that. Yeah? Others of you, your clairaudience is sharp. Your clairaudience is sharp. Autumn. Speaking of the full moon in Sag. Yeah. Something is completing now. This is the full moon card too. Your crown is opening up with this purple here. What about the gatekeeper? That was the gamble card. You took a risk. Gatekeeper, what about it? You took a risk going through the labyrinth. It was a long way home, back to source. I heard back to the surface. It was a long way back to the surface. There's something you had to clear up, especially when it comes to your sun sign in regards to your father. Because 38, my father is the sea. What tells you about your father energy? Sun sign. We can put Saturn in there too. Put Saturn on both sides, mother and father, for real. But what is it about the father? Whatever your sun sign is, what is it about the father? The energy of that sun sign. They don't have to be that sun sign, but the energy of your sun sign has to do with your spiritual quests, a situation to sort out. especially when it comes to the crown, or some sort of knowing, enlightenment. Because the wilderness, the wildness, yeah, wow, the wildness, electricity, because this is a 2 of Uranus connected to both Saturn, and 2 of Aquarius connected to both Uranus, or Uranus and Saturn. You have here magnetism, the child, that in the card, electricity shows up under that. Something since you were a child, 37, 36, 6 to 7, 7 to 6, or 12. 12. Something occurred in your outer reality, outer core. Regarding unconditional love. Lessons of unconditional love, 808. Boom like an 808. You're making circles like a figure eight. Where are they now? We're going to take the card that's on the top too. In the 7th house, you're in the area of your life that has to do with long-term significant partners, romance, business, or family. Where are they now? The union of opposites. 2 of Aries. Aries and Libra, 7th house, are literally reflections of one another. You are at a point of sudden darkness for revelation. You're at a point of sudden darkness about long-term commitments, significant partners, for a revelation. About yourself, 2 of Aries. What was being reflected back to you? What was being reflected back to you? I just heard could be. Regrets, accidents. Regrets. Accidents happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Mistakes. It says it's mistakes, but mistakes, which is also a sin. The sin of the true definition of it, as far as an archery term, or overall. It's about hitting a target. Well, hitting the target. A mistake. Leave it in the past. You have spilled milk, worry beads, and blinders. Not wanting to see something, but you're seeing it now. You didn't want to see something. You were doing the most that you could to avoid seeing something, but now you have no other choice but to see it. Because when you do, that allows you to connect to your wealth, your abundance, your harvest. Grapes and chocolates? I mean, that's some pretty amazing stuff there, if you ask me. Some wine and some chocolates. Yeah. Victim mentality. You could be seeing the truth about someone in victim mentality. 811. Yep. It took you some strength to get yourself balanced first and foremost, to really recognize when people are in this victim mentality, and when it is that they appear in your life, and when you are seeking out that same type of energy, or an ear no one is near to be found. No more confusion. Scorpio, Uranus and Scorpio. Well, shit. I mean, well. That would be an example of someone going from why me and okay, seeing why. It was some sort of unpredictable transformation. Going from why me to okay, I see exactly why. No one else will be able to withstand the type of unweaving and reweaving that has to happen to bring something together. Jupiter. Your confidence, courage, self-belief, and knowing and opportunities aligning with you. Give me 1 second. I have to close the blinds because it's getting quite visible in here. Okay. Let's turn this light on too. All right. But Scorpio energy, it says it's intense, masterful, thoughtful, magnetically charming. Taking a risk and learning the lesson, the value of being magnetic, while also being secretive. Yeah, I really got some moolah coming in. Yes, indeed. I have a card in here that says this message. Stop doing things for others you no longer do for yourself. As far as what you no longer tolerate about yourself, keep the same energy when it comes to others. Paternal. Literally just picked up the deck, but it split and paternal is here. So emotional wound. What the fuck? Patience. Then you have Paris. There's a connection to Mary Magdalene energy here as well. Or watch the Da Vinci Code. We're going to look at these really quickly, but I'm going to put them back in shuffle. Be open to healing information, Archangel Raphael. The She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. Medicine and Heart Guardian show up. Love and let yourself be loved. And the Wise One, grow within your current situation. What's at the bottom? Feel loved and comforted twice. It's something about some of you carrying the energy of your father's mother and helping your father heal a wound, whether the father is here or in another realm. 818, which was fire and the inner core. Ignition, fire, solidity, inner core. For some of you, your grandmother could be a fire sign. Strongly picking up Aries, Leo, but could also be a Sag. Okay. Something significant about someone's ears. I just saw an ear. That could be something that someone tells someone about. Or you have this person's ears. We're seeing this clearly. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source. The Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded, because the more rooted and grounded you are, the more the messages will better come through, because these messages, these confirmations that will be coming through are very subtle to help you to grow within your current situation. The Wise One comes out again, and you notice the birds. There's something here about 7711 on the clock. Something about you having someone having Jupiter and Scorpio, or that essence of being able to expand. See expansion through the taboo and through the mysteries. Whether you see an owl or you see someone post an owl, very significant. It's a reminder to stay rooted and grounded, because something could be occurring within, oh gosh, okay, something could be occurring within 2 hours. That you're being alerted to be rooted and grounded, so you can pick up on this subtle message, confirmation or conversation will be had. (2022), and this raven shows up. Some of you are going to be visited by a raven. Oh, yes, you will know the difference between a raven and a crow. 822. You will know the difference between a raven and a crow. Crows can appear pretty big, but that raven, that's a whole nother majestic beauty right there. In autumn again, you have the full moon in Sagittarius that is coming up at 20 degrees, which is a Scorpio degree. That could be where the 11s are coming in very strongly. Because that is on the 11th. That wasn't no crow or raven, but someone certainly made that sound outside just now. Okay. So here's the thing. You will be visited by this grandmother, and it's a bird. You just pay attention. Just pay attention. Someone is coming to visit you. That's why this energy is moving, why I'm moving the way I'm moving through this reading right now. Because it's time for you, timekeeper. It's time for you because you're ready to gain deeper understanding and the revelation that is coming to you. When it comes to what? You're going to be able to breathe in a way that you've never even... It's okay. It would be someone being able to breathe underwater comfortably. That type of energy. Let me get my moon in Sag, sun in Scorpio. EGWO. Feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl is significant too. That name that just showed up sort of gave off that vibe. Braids are very significant. There could be something that occurs when you have braids or someone having braids. Because look at the wing. That's another message too. Depending on where you live at. If you live in the city, you might walk around and see a braid on the ground. That's a message. Okay, look at time. See what's going on. Track down your fears and desires. Track them down. The hunter, and then the high priestess. Yeah, you're ready to gain deeper understanding and revelation because that high priestess just showed up sideways. You're ready for something to be revealed to you. Oh my God. You're ready. (83:31), (83:32), (83:33). What do you want me to say, Source? Because look at this. Look at this. And look at this in here. Water sign. Well, Cancer season is going to be very powerful. And it's going to do some type of catapult energy. 2027 is on the screen. That is actually heaven. That's whoever this is an ascended master for sure. Some of you are connecting with someone from your lineage that is a cosmic ancestor. They could be a blue avian. They show up as a bird. I show up as a bird. Now I show up as a bird. And it's okay because crows and ravens and blue jays, people normally hear the sound. There's several sounds that they have, but when this bird gets around you, you're going to hear one of its other calls. It's not going to be the same one, to the point you may not even realize that it's that actual bird. My stomach just growled. Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. Whoa. Wait. I promise I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I just split this. I just split this deck. Find your way between sky and earth. A hippogriff. The fuck? It's a whole bird too. 30 and 27, you got the lynx. The lynx. The hippo, that's some other energy. Hippos are, those are some beasts now. Okay? When I drink my water, give me a cup. Trying to say no, I'm guilty of it. I don't give a shit. No. Angry and you're dangerous. It's no lie, shut up. Yo. Nobody can change how I feel about you. The high priest and the high priestess being here. That card was a hippogriff. It's a mystical bird. You do have griffins as well, yes. So it's going to be an owl. It's going to be an owl because it's going. Fuck. Okay, it's going to be an owl because you can see on the high priest card you got these sun rays. The energy of rays coming down, but the high priestess doesn't in terms of the nighttime. And right up under the high priest is the wolf moon. Well, whoa. The she-wolf. Something about 2024, January 25th, 2024, which was a full wolf moon. Hmm. Mm. The hippogriff is a mythological creature that combines the characteristics of a horse, an eagle, or falcon. This hybrid symbolizes the harmony between the earthly world and the sky, and the concept of finding one's way between the two dimensions. The hippogriff also represents the ability to rise above earthly challenges and aspire to something higher. It symbolizes the search for a spiritual path and the ascent towards higher awareness. When we receive the message of the hippogriff, we are encouraged to explore our spiritual potential and seek our connection with the divine. It invites us to look beyond daily concerns and aspire to a broader and deeper view of life. I just heard, are you ready to be wealthy? And then you have the snake here at the bottom of the spread. Shed, renew, and heal. Yo, the back of these cards are so lit. Okay. This was at the bottom of the deck just now, too. The penguin. Embrace challenges with calmness and grace. Now, penguins are pretty fucking awesome, if you ask me. Do you know how... 38. My father is the sea. Do you know how deep they can swim to the depths of the ocean, the sea, whatever? They can go to the depths of the coldest parts that most marine life can't access. But they can. Penguins are pretty phenomenal. Embrace challenges with calmness and grace. And there it goes again. They said, listen to the message and what you see. Keep playing. This ain't place. Okay. Better correct thyself. Now, the penguin is an iconic animal of polar regions known for its ability to adapt to extreme conditions. Source said, and ancestor said, that's 2 in the last. Known for its ability to adapt to extreme conditions and the challenges of its environment. Let's explore the concept. Embrace challenges with calmness and grace in the context of the penguin. Adaptability to extreme conditions. Penguins live in some of the Earth's most hostile environments, from the cold waters of Antarctica to remote islands in the southern hemisphere. Despite the difficulties of living in such conditions, penguins demonstrate remarkable adaptability and resilience. Where did you take a risk? in doing? Going through the labyrinth. Very similar to a penguin's energy collective. And despite the difficulties in living in such conditions, you collective have demonstrated remarkable adaptability and resilience. In receiving the message of the penguin, you are encouraged to emulate its adaptability and find ways to confront further life's challenges, if any, with calmness and grace, even when circumstances seem adverse. Because that'll bring forth, that's the sign of the Ace of Swords, when you are able to connect to your strength in spite of adversity. So we're going to see where that shows up, if and when. Penguins undertake long marches across ice and snowstorms to reach their nesting sites or hunting grounds. This requires persistence. It says patience, but okay. Persistence, patience, endurance, and determination. That's the third time for endurance. In receiving the message of the Penguin Collective, you're invited to be patient and resilient in the face of challenges along your journey. It encourages us not to be discouraged by difficulties, but to persevere with calmness and grace, maintaining our determination and confidence in achieving our goals. Shout out to the penguin. It's a bird too. Does that deck have? No, this is the only deck I have with the penguin in it. And there goes the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Why is this high priestess showing up in that position? Let me see. Because she did come out sideways. Take note of intuitive messages. They said, look at the moon right now. Okay. It's in Scorpio. Currently at 11 degrees. In a phase of tweaking, honing, and adjusting, the waxing gibbous. Scorpio 11. 11 being an Aquarian degree. You know exactly what you have to tweak, hone, and adjust. That's wild. There's a reader I love. And she just posted Raven Medicine. Gratitude for the gifts, y'all. It's lit. Listen. Lilith right now is also obviously in the sign of Scorpio at 8 degrees. You get, ooh. You'll have no issues this time with tweaking, honing, and adjusting, which is perfect. I just heard it's a perfect layup. When it comes to you receiving deeper understanding. Okay, whatever. Because right now, I could be doing the most too. That's fine. Because y'all about to experience what I be doing over here when I don't be live. So, okay, Scorpio 11. Seeing the worst, feeling the worst, knowing the worst. In tune with darkness, difficulty, and melodrama. You are sharply drawn to points of view and ways of life that bear the stamp of irony, skepticism, and doubt, which is why your expansion comes through the taboo and the mystery. There can be a corrosive immersion in cycles of falling for the worst. However, you are closely watched by guiding spirits and allowed to become only so far shadowed. You're never given more than you can handle. And then a massive corrective action asserts itself. reversing many terrifying. There is a massive fucking shift that is going on in the heart chakra. Just as I read that, a massive corrective action asserts itself, reversing many terrifying patterns. Playing with fire, checking out the dark side of the tracks, but inwardly, you see regeneration and even salvation in the most unpredictable places, which in the ultimate reckoning may be the most predictable places. Huh? Huh? Playing with fire. I'm telling you, that's what's here. That's what showed up. Literally. 818. Playing with fire. You're doing this quietly. But it's activating your heart chakra. Is this... Welcome, love. Stay rooted and grounded. Grow within the current situation. Harness your mystic power. Why is the high priestess showing up in a challenging position or sideways? It's at the bottom here. For some of y'all, your nose. Also, it's worth being nosy too. There's some worth in being. So this is hilarious. That is, you know what? And they're going in the same direction too. When you put them next, you know what? You put your nose exactly where you had to. Yes, 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 yes. Seeing the worst, feeling the worst, knowing the worst. Yes. Because you were used as a vessel to reverse many of these patterns that no longer serves your bloodline. It's just you've never experienced breathing is what I'm getting. You've never been able to breathe. You're breathing, but you've never been actually able to really breathe. When the moon goes into Scorpio 12 degrees, which is the next degree, it speaks of old roots crumbling. You've been held back a long time by questions about health and safety, viability, and durability. The vision of what can be burns bright and clear. Old roots crumbling, new self emerging. Okay. Now, there were messages at the beginning of this year that will pull up a lot about June 8th or 608 will come out a lot, would show itself a lot, and that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow. there's a version of you that's being reborn. It's as if you have gills. Yeah, that's where that energy was coming from in terms of being able to breathe underwater. It could also have to do with the upgrade of the planet too. You being able to breathe is actual essence. Judgment. I just heard, are you, it's not even are you ready, you're ready. Absolutely anything is possible. Because the possibility of what's been building up inside has gone too far. To the point that it has to now be transmuted. Okay. Here's the thing. It's just say it. Okay. You know when you hear of immortality? That's what this energy is given the vibe of. It's the frequency and vibration that allows you to live much longer, heal faster. Notice there are things that you wow. That's also significant too because of the healing of the inner child. Here's an example. The healing of the inner child will allow this backdrop to awaken when I'm in a dream realm or when I'm off of live. It'll allow itself to awaken where now I can smell all of this that is in this image. See what I'm saying? That type of vibe. Because there is a resurrection of the fucking cosmos, the star. 2017. You've been developing this since 2017. Come on now. Here we go. Here we go. There's ashes on there, and it just all went that way. Yeah. Rising from the ashes. I see you, phoenixes. Dramatically cleansing what must be let go. Mars and Leo. Yep, Mars is in Leo, 24 degrees, Pisces degree. Dramatically letting go what no longer serves you. Or what must be let go of. That's freeing your spirit. Especially for those of you who had this feeling of being cursed or some shit. You're regaining your energetic sovereignty, no longer absorbing what's not yours. Back to that, what we was talking about, the reflection, and the fact that you had the high priest and the high priest High priestess and a high priest, reflecting back to one another. You also have the earth energy, remembering how to be human in the world but not of it. And the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Trust what you're smelling. Especially when it comes to something that is earthy, I smell that too. Child of the cosmos, descending. There's something about the activation of your descendant sign. The constellation of your descendant sign, which would be the reflection of your rising sign. Because you have child of the cosmos, it came out in reverse. That's what's opening your mind's eye. Because I just felt this here. Just felt the pressure here. There's some sort of information that you're beginning to crystallize. 11055 on the time up there. 11102. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. It's rising within you. That's what the message is here. It's rising within you. It's rising within you. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn to gaze within. Yes. See, with the number 38, where it says, my father is the sea, your sun sign allows you to see a lot more about the energies of your divine masculine, and this is how it appears. This is what they're showing me, that this is how it appears when you go to the depths of the sea. Under the sea. 2055 on the clock, 11155. Let me go. I'm gonna keep these out, the ones we already had show up. Yeah. It's also something about if you felt pressure in your eyes lately, it's because your vision is becoming much clearer as well. Obviously, it's not health advice, but just gotta throw that out there. Energy-wise, there's an upgrade in your eyes, especially with the activation of your connection and activation of your mind's eye, your first eye. Remember the other message in regards to getting yourself in order, that could be significant too, where the third eye is actually your first eye, and allowing it to be the first eye, it clears up your vision, your actual vision, or vision in terms of you being able to see your vision or visualize. Okay. Adventure, self. Your self node. So taking only what it is that is going to benefit you, being in alignment with your purpose. Okay. Purity, ice, 33. Yes. Okay. Master teacher. Christ consciousness through the ice. The penguin. This is what allowed, there goes that's the energy too, in terms of your quiet dignity or something about your dreams. This is somebody's legit dream state recently too, or at some point, you know. Darkness. There goes the 27, which is the hippogriff card. Adventure through the in-between worlds. Adventure through darkness. South moon. South moon. South? Yeah, it's your north node. If you find yourself in this position of darkness or feeling lost, you could be operating from your South Node, which is your past life. You can use some of the tools and resources from your South Node, but you don't want to be living the life of your South Node. Okay? Merkaba 33, time for you to rise. 33 showing up again with purity, with the white horse energy. Speaking of Christ consciousness, crystallizing a higher vibration of consciousness. Movement, long distance, travel, excitement. And there goes the desert. 2013 could be significant. Everything's gonna be all right. Just know that all is well. 3 birds, 3 little birds. Solitariness. Yeah, something you did quietly on your own. Okay. You were better off. In the essence of you wanting people that you can discuss what you were going through, you were better off without those energies, because it was the catalyst for you to connect with your higher self, your ancestors, your spirit guides, so that way you can attain the clarity that you thought you would attain from someone here in the physical realm. It's as if you dodged a bullet, per se, by people what it seemed as though they're ignoring you or they're not making time for you. It literally assisted you in the sense of you going towards, you connecting with your inner core, your higher self, to get, the confirmation and to have that conversation that you were wanting to have with someone outside of you. Yeah, wow, yeah, Ouroboros. 34, which is a 7, infinity, eternal, past life. Yeah, something here about you really being connected to knowing your cosmic layout. It'll help some of you from pointing the fingers at certain people as to why they moved a certain way that they move with you. Because now it'll allow you to see exactly the way they're playing their role when it comes to you connecting with your purpose in life. And the more rooted and grounded you are and in tune with nature and the confirmations that it gives you, I kid you not, the confirmations that you can get from the signs of nature, I'm not going to say there's not a human, because I'm not the only one that's capable of that, but you can have a conversation with me and I'm going to tap into what's going on around and within to get, where we have to get to in regards to what it is you're seeking clarity on. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to do that for yourself. You just have to be more rooted and grounded and know that these messages of clarity come through the most subtle forms. Now, let's say you have a moment where it could be a little struggle, where you may feel as though you want to cry, or it's something that you felt as though you've healed from it. But the energy of the dark night of the soul, per se, comes up again, and it makes you have the sensation where you want to cry. Even if you have to play a song or something that allows you to release those tears, do so. Don't overthink what's happening to you. Feel what's happening. And just allow yourself to go through the observance by this is where you feel as though, in explaining this, you would have to be able to separate what you have going on in that current moment and what your higher self is working on you, the way your higher self is working on you at that moment, where you may have stepped out of alignment of the higher self, and now there's this emotion where you feel as though you want to shed tears, or you're missing something or someone, this urge to allow the ego to take the forefront. Some of you just have to cry in that moment. 120 on the screen. 120, that's Five of Swords. First Deacon, Aquarius. Because you could be, clearing out some energies there. Yeah, that's why the High Priestess is in that position. In terms of you making a decision about the past and calling judgment, in terms of making a decision about the past, of that something that could be resurrecting back up, but it's time for you to grow within the current situation. With these coming out this way. Okay. This could also be why some of you may find yourself up at certain hours of the night, because there could be a signal for you to moon gaze, star gaze, sky gaze, be visited by this owl. Now, the feeling right now is you usually see crows and ravens during the day. You don't see these beautiful, majestic birds when the moon's out. 122:12. And the feeling right now is someone having a peculiar experience of such. Something that you normally see during the day. Now, the way that can appear for someone, where they may be in a dual state of the waking and the dream, is if that bird, like, is as if when they're about to wake up out of their sleep, that bird just shows up right in front of your face, or whatever that is, that it shows up in front of your face. Yeah. Okay, so what came out was 44, the biome connection and joy, music. Yeah, that's confirming what we were just saying earlier, right? So even if you have to play a music to release the tears so it can put you into a state of joy after you're releasing whatever self then tried to still there that connects you to a past version of yourself, so you can harness the mystic power that brings you joy, expansion through taboo and the mystery. Alpha Centurion, you could be an Alpha Centurion, foresight, planning, and strategy. Let me keep these out. Now, getting the vibe of the Celtic spread, so let's see. Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Again, in terms of when we was about to go into the Celtic spread, the card said look deeper. So that's significant, where you're going to be getting signs and signals as to go a little bit deeper. 124:24. That full moon of 2024 is significant. The wolf moon. You may want to look at your notes, your journals. What is the significance of it? It has to do with making room for something. Making room for something. Yeah, going live on TikTok. Maybe not. Oh, maybe. I might. It's because being able to play music. What is the significance? The Two of Cups. Wow. Making room for a new partnership after a challenging one. That's where the 7th house also came out at. This could be in business, family, or romance. The Hermit. Seeing through the logic much clearer, but it's because your intuition has heightened. Because you have the answers in the palm of your hands. You have the knowing in the palm of your hands. Literally this lamp and this star. You have the knowing in the palm of your hands. That you are the light in the darkness. You are the light in the abyss. Especially if this has to do with a certain karmic lesson that has to do with your bloodline and matters of relationship and partnership. Gotcha, bitch ass. Got it now. Nine 11. I just got that, and it's 9/11. It is bringing me back to committed, having your foot on all the necks. This could be a spirit guide that is around you. Something about Santa Marta. Mm-hmm. 128:44, 21:12. Current situation. The Magician. Awareness of the as above, so below, but this is also about you calling something in connection to your highest self by seeing through the illusion and seeing the patterns through the cycles. You are aware of the patterns through the cycles currently. All the resources are there. You literally have already completed a cycle because they're bringing me towards the Ouroboros that's around the magician's waist, or the serpent around the magician's waist. You've completed a level of initiation here. This could also have to do with the cycle from a past life, maternal side, or the roots of your being. So a lesson when it comes to basic trust, security. You're currently aware of the cycles. Challenge is starting a new cycle. Somebody's going to be going out more. Because what I smell now is when someone is getting ready to go out and, you know, the perfume, the colognes, you know, that vibe. I'm smelling that vibe before going out. It smells amazing. Some of you could see a challenge when it comes to collaborating in this new cycle because of the past. But remember, you are aware of the patterns, so you have nothing to worry about. Just apply what you've learned. Just be wise. That's what the wise one says. Move beyond, or growing within the current situation was the message of the wise one. Somebody's either about to go to a hookah bar or something, because now it's my hookah. But that could be the significance, a meetup where hookah is involved. With this Three of Pentacles here. Where you're gonna have to grow within the current situation. Especially if this is an energy of you connecting with someone from the past, with this Ace of Wands as the challenge, because this is a reawakening. It speaks to a reawakening. But in this challenging position, this could be something that is of the past that you've already learned a lesson in. Clarify the Ace of Wands. Different day. The way that net was moving, somebody must have been waiting for the perfect moment. Somebody must have been waiting for the perfect moment and didn't recognize what they were putting themselves into. Especially with someone who has seen the worst, felt the worst, and known the worst. This is not even an energy of someone meeting their match. This is someone meeting the face of judgment. Because of that massive corrective action that asserts itself. Reversing patterns. What's the Ace of Wands? The Ten of Swords. 133.51. Divine guidance surrounds you now. That's the number I connected. Divine guidance surrounding you now. 133 or 1033. 133, the Magician. An ascended master is around you, reiterating that you've learned a lesson, especially if it had to do with some level of betrayal. 10 of Swords. This could be someone from your father's side, someone you used to work with, because Sun energy speaks to the father energy or your career. Queen of Cups. This is something now for you to surrender. Okay. This could be the attempt to want to fix someone. All it does is just drain you. You're aware right now that you're the magician. Your current energy is that you are the magician. You are the one that's aware of what's going on. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's the card of Virgo, but this is Pisces energy. If it's showing up reverse, it's a false offer. Something that keeps you stalling. It brings forth stagnation. Literally, Ace of Wands in the challenging position is you being unable to start a new cycle. You're aware of when you're about to start a new cycle and what comes into your life when you're about to do so. Now that situation approaches you for you to grow within the current situation. It's basically placing you on stage to apply what you learned. Queen of Pentacles. You're the prize. The Queen of Pentacles in this deck also speaks of someone who is self-made. You have officially closed out a major cycle of an entity that is involved in the energy of slander, lies, betrayal through words, even the energy of someone feeling as though that they are the reason for your success. Committed to keeping your foot on the necks of these entities and anyone that embodies it. Ashe, word. Let's see, challenge. Nine of Swords. That's a vibe of fuck around and find out because of clarifying why is this Ace of Wands a challenge? And remember what we just said not too long ago. This is an energy going up against someone who has seen the worst, felt the worst, and known the worst. It's not meeting a match. It's meeting the face of judgment. Collective is the face of judgment. 21:21 on the time right now. Let's continue. Because you're going towards your emotional fulfillment. Because you are the magician. This is what you're manifesting right here. Your subconscious is building on this. 10 of Cups. This is also Mars and Pisces. You're a warrior about what it is that you believe in because what you know influences what you believe. Oh, shit, man. What's at the basis of this? The universe is on your side, baby. Look at that. Look. The universe is on your side for you to be aware and see the patterns through the cycles, through the illusions. $18.10. Six of Pentacles at the bottom. This is the reversing of patterns right here. Perfectly depicted. And in speaking of the dogs or the hounds, you got Anubis going through the depths, going through the underworld to clear the way. To clear the way in order to come back to the surface. This is a Taurus card. This started from the full moon in Taurus. This is the result of what started the full moon in Taurus. This will be moon in Taurus energy. Moon or Venus in Taurus. Venus is now in Taurus too. Bringing balance to a situation, specifically your emotions, especially when you underwent lessons of not trusting your instincts to no longer accept crumbs. But these lessons also showed you and connected you to basic levels of trust and security and safety. The balance of your emotions, energy and motion allowed you to see the patterns clearly. Anyone who has not that. If anyone experienced not even a third of what you went through, they wouldn't make it. No. Mm-mm. So you see why you were given the torch? You are that penguin. You can adapt in the most treacherous environments, inner and outer core. Because you have that fire. You were given the torch. Literally coyote and a dog here with this moon card too. What's in the immediate past? Seven of Pentacles. Saturn and Taurus. I heard investment. You invested in your body to trust the signals of what was draining you and what was uplifting. This is also you seeing your value, especially once you've learned the lessons of basic trust. Saturn, which is also connected to your root chakra. So for some of you, this could have been a situation where the moment you stepped away from this energy to see it clearly, whether this is physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, the moment you stepped away, it allowed you to go through a process of initiation, meaning the process of you remembering the purpose as to why you came here, which was to share your energy with the collective. However, one comes into this dense realm and has to recognize that it's not the same as to when you decided to come here, what you wanted to come here for. And you've invested energy in wanting to help others, see the bigger picture, but now you have taken the moment, which is causing this energy with you being the magician right now. You have taken the moment to see that you have to give this energy to yourself now. It was just 144.44 on a time. And now when you know what you stand for, the choices you make are going to be much different. Along the way, you have to see where you are aligning with energies because you haven't fully connected to what you stand for, which is an understanding of yourself. What it is that is the foundation of your heart chakra. What you stand for is you having an understanding of your energies below the heart chakra. What is the foundation of your heart chakra? What is your heart chakra, stacked up on? What is it on top of? What are the building blocks connecting you to your heart chakra? If it is. Because even once you get out of that if state or the conditions, you go through these lessons to move beyond the conditions. You go through these lessons to move beyond the conditions, especially when it comes to limitations, false limitations, or fear, false evidence appearing real. Let's see, another 7, Mars and Leo. Dramatically cleansing what must be let go of. Clarify. Because you're no longer allowing yourself to deny your chances to have a beautiful life. You used to. Not anymore, though. You used to because you didn't see your value, Saturn. You didn't see your value. Saturn, Capricorn says, I use. Taurus, 7 of Pentacles, value. You used to not see your value, which will now put you in situations where you're not living the fullness of your life. The disconnect between your inner self and your outer self, and of course. Yeah. What's this? A relationship. A relationship. One significant relationship is the root of it all. You have King of Wands here. There goes the torch. One significant relationship is the root of it all. The root of what awaken an inner child wound or an emotional wound without healing it. But now you're here. In this channel, in this portal, to recognize also what you may have healed from but never fully acknowledged it or celebrated it, so much so that it can activate a different reality of life for you. It's as if not celebrating an amazing accomplishment. It didn't even want to come out. It wanted to. I'm gonna describe the energy of what that just did, that 2 of Cups. It was just floating around. Similar to that net. The moment you awaken to what was actually happening, gotcha, bitch. That energy. It wanted to search for where can it magnetically reconnect. It wanted to search exactly as to where it could, you know? All is well, Ocean Goddess, all is well. This person is extremely attractive too. They're magnetic themselves. Tell me more. We have the Knight of Wands, energy that's in and out, and Six of Swords. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, Six of Swords, Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius. It was a tough decision to trust Source in telling you to either change residence or location or move out of this situation. But what happened had to do with you seeing exactly where you were going next. It's as if someone has a dream but doesn't recall it, but in that dream you were shown exactly where you would be going if you left this situation behind. So when you have that experience in the awakened state, you'll call it deja vu. Me channeling deep today. It is Saturn day. What's crowding this energy? I love that. I absolutely love that. I love that for y'all. Where you make a decision based off a dream you don't remember and it becomes deja vu when you you are on the right path, honey. Also something about having 6 fingers, Scorpio 9 degrees. No longer refusing to believe in yourself. No longer refusing to believe in yourself, to know what you know. Which was something that was hard to, it's simple to say, but to uproot the reason why, it's a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother beast. Because you have the 12 beasts within the natal chart that allows you to transform into the essence of all that is in connection to what allows you to transform. 13. Where you're able to see yourself holding both the beginning and the end. It's the 2 fishes, Pisces. Because that's the 12th house is see what the rule of your 12th house is. This will help you to uproot what has caused you, if you're doing, some reflection work, what caused you to be in that state that you were healing from. Is it connected to, your south node by element? Things of that nature. What's crowning this message? The card of the full moon in Sagittarius. Wow. Gaining deeper understanding and revelation about whatever this is. Okay. There's that. And it's, you also have the will now to act on it because the full moon will be in a trine to Mars that's in Leo, which is the Seven of Wands. I'm getting that feeling again over here, 939, within the heart chakra, but also the exhale that you were waiting for, waiting to exhale. This could even be a project that was extremely on the tough side, you know, as far as clearing yourself emotionally from whatever this energy is. But this full moon, 6/11, June 11th, in Sagittarius, 20 degrees, which is a Scorpio energy, is going to allow you to see, it's going to allow you to see your transformation. You have no choice other than to know and believe what it is that's happening because you see it now. You know? Come on, Archangel Michael, with this temperance energy. More Sagittarius. As above, so below. There go that. There go. As above, you are aligning so below with your angelic self. Wearing those lessons that you've learned proudly. This could also be why some of you may have had tension here in your shoulders. Let's clarify that. Let's clarify. It was crowning this. Tell me more about the Ten of Wands, which is Saturn and Sag. The lessons you go through to be a free spirit, to explore. So you may have been trapped in specifically, you know, relationships. Love, partner. Literally that. Because that's the Seven of Pentacles. These past 2 years, you've been walking away from those things that no longer serve you. So now those 10 wands, you're using that to build a castle, a fortress. You've been putting in, you know, the studies of seeing the patterns in these situations. Speaking of your higher self, the tension is something, I don't know. Because even when you look out, you know, where the shoulders are, it's the closest to your heart chakra and your throat chakra, you know? So that's why it's important to, and what we were saying before, where it was best for you to connect with your higher self than other people, because they would energetically, especially if you're someone who's highly sensitive or an empath, what they give you as a response, it literally adds to your situation, but it also confuses your trajectory when it comes to the solution. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and the fact that the Knight of Wands is in your immediate past with the Six of Swords, Knight of Wands is Sagittarius too. The Knights being the mutable signs, and this is fire. It's redignified. Yeah, that's it's reminding of this now. What's this? Electricity landed on the ground. Card number 36, wildness. But it also speaks to Uranus energy too. A sudden awakening within your body, connecting you to the wisdom, but it brought the mind back to this. Having the fire, the passion to literally rebuild yourself by seeing through the patterns and the cycles of illusions. 18, the moon card. These past 2 years were pretty intense. I'll say that. With the Page of Swords, these past 2 years were very intense in terms of you doing some level of inventory when it comes to the way you see your value and the way you've been utilizing your values, what you value, the way you see yourself. Because Saturn is showing up quite a bit here. 10 of Wands, Saturn in Sag, 7 of Pentacles twice, Saturn in Taurus. You know? Date-wise, Page of Swords, connected to that first deacon of Pisces, which is Saturn in Pisces. 8 of Cups energy. So just be mindful of that. You see this newfound identity you're connecting to and wanting to build and grow with. Just be mindful when Saturn goes back into Pisces. Don't get all confused with energies that come back that you've literally just disconnected from or have been putting in, you know what I'm saying, the healing process to clear yourself from these energies. September to February. If I'm not mistaken, literally the first. Let me see. Where do I have that? It retrogrades back into Pisces the 1st of September. This is something to be aware of. That could be, you know what I'm saying? Attempting to confuse, resolve. And how you know, right now you have the courage to move on from it with Saturn in Aries. You have the courage to move on from it. When it goes back into Pisces, you may find yourself possibly wanting to believe a story that someone gives you. But remember that you've had the courage to step away from this, and what also connected to you having that level of courage, things became much clearer for you. You don't want to put yourself in a confusing situation again. Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is the Nine of Swords with that page. Yes. Some of you could be, you know what I'm saying, stack up on your Psalms. Stack up on your Psalms. Read a psalm that protects your energy daily. So that way you'll have the discernment, you know what I'm saying, for when a situation occurs to put you in a state of self-sabotage. It won't be able to. Whatever it is you do to protect your energy. Utilize the essence of Saturn being in Aries, the spiritual warrior Aries, and Saturn basically being your teacher to, you know, to guide you, to bring something into structure, to be more disciplined with that spiritual warriorship. One more. Landed right over here in the immediate past area. The Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be an energy of somebody that comes back and says that they're the reason as to why you're the successful person that you are now. It was just 166.16. And what was 616? It's the card I have for spiritual imprisonment. Spiritual prison for those who do not recognize the essence of Source. You've went through a lot with the regrowth and the cutting off of the antlers. You know what I'm saying? Allowing you to be in the space to trust and thrive. Nothing is in this world is worth giving that up for. Giving up that energy for. To be able to trust and thrive. There's nothing in this world that, you know what I'm saying, that should put you in a position to say, okay, let me see. Nah, no. With the Chariot, progressive movement forward, precise movement forward. Deeper understanding, deeper revelation. This is what this is. Especially with the Alpha Centaurian that showed up. This would be the foresight. And you're being asked to plan a strategy. Because you don't want to repeat an entire 29-year cycle. Because you went through a passage that you knew that was no longer serving you. In a sense of before Saturn comes back to Aries. What's next here? Intro. What's next? I love this. There it goes. The Ace of Swords. You mentioned this earlier. The strength in spite of adversity. So it seems as though there would be a situation that's going to test you, but you will have the mental clarity and the strength to overcome it. So it is. You're not fucking with Collective. No, you're not. Because they have a higher perspective. Number 33. You have certainly gone through an ascension here. Being in so many upside down situations only to get a whole different perspective on it. The clarity you actually needed. Not even needed. Fuck a need. You don't need shit when you are aligned. And even when you look at the face of the hangman, you can't see it too well in the camera, but there's an expression of being content to even be in an upside down or lopsided situation, to see things clearly. That's that Ace of Swords energy too, where you see the strength that you have to be able to even process and go through seeing, feeling, and experiencing the worst. Source said, congratulations. Advice. The star. Continue healing and continue to enjoy the fruits of what it means to heal. Your healing is your justice. That was mentioned earlier. That's the advice was mentioned earlier. Your healing is your justice. Obviously, it brings you back. It brings you to a state of balance, but your healing is your justice. Because there's again a massive corrective energy comes in, and now they're showing me Saturn here through this eye, my left eye. Saturn is coming into, the Reaper is coming to collect any patterns that disconnects you from your inner knowing, because your inner knowing brings forth miraculous healing. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles, which was in your current position. Even my voice just got shaky for a bit there. 9:55. What is that about? It's coming through as not recognizing yourself because of the healing. That's the breathing part, where you've never really been able to breathe, and now you can because of this miraculous healing. What was that about? Yeah, that's what I'm asking about. Yes. Okay. It's just asking, is it about that too? Because the voice got shaky, and it was a sense of someone being, it says cold on here, but that's where it was going with it. Where you know, when you're cold and your voice gets shaky, that's the type of feeling that came through. We have a person of air that shows up. But the great mentalist, mind over matter is what I'm getting from this. Remember what we said earlier about spiritual surgeon? That's also on here too. Teacher, lawyer, surgeon, journalist, and chef. Yeah. This is a massive clearing of betrayal, toxic situation or relationship, being in a web of control, low vibrations, unexpected attacks. What was that? This is in reverse. Wow, the gavel. Where decisions weren't made, where there was a lack of attention or paying attention, being misjudged, not taking a serious situation for what it is. There's healing from that. It's the Four of Sagittarius card, but this is okay. Oh, Marion, he a Scorpio, ain't he? Icebox, Miss Icebox. That's the feeling in terms of the heart chakra that was coming through. The heart chakra thawing out, or the frequency of your chest thawing out. So there's a lot more blood circulation. There's a warming of the body now because of that. This is a confirmation if the back of your ears are getting hot as I'm saying this. Yeah, flag, achievement, recognition, victory, mastery. Plans are coming to fruition. Okay, thank you. Tell me more about this advice. Aquarius energy. Continue to say, I know. Continue to say, I know. 175.57 on the time. That's what I'm saying. This miraculous healing ain't no joke, baby. 9:59 on the time. The star and the tower. This is indeed miraculous. You will be miraculously healing from all of these situations and stepping into higher levels of commitment, the Hierophant. In terms of you and your magnetism, it's influencing, inspiring your intentions to create. This is why earlier the message in regards to your magnetism is to be aware of how magnetic you are right now, collective. Especially with what's next is mental clarity. 177:17 on the clock, 2200 on the time. You know exactly what it is that you value. And you're committed to keeping away situations that are not in alignment to a commitment of unconditional love, which was coming through earlier. Let me see what the tower is regarding the advice. The tower. The tower. Oh my God. Ugh. Your healing is your... Remember when we was looking at 120? There it goes. 5 of Swords. When we mentioned it, yo. Okay. $22.02. 222. Your healing is your justice. It's all up in the cards. You can look this up for yourself. Some of, and to the point where you are going to be recognized cosmically, ethereally, spiritually, earthly, whatever. You have direct communication, I'm hearing, to the cosmos with this Mercury and Aquarius vibes, 5 of Swords. If there's something you need to gain clarity on, you can call on your cosmic ancestors. See what's in the center here. It's part of your purpose. It's part of your purpose here for some of you to connect with the unseen realms. I mean, whether people that are, let's say, you know, within the community of Christianity, and they may come at you with reasons as to why you shouldn't be doing certain things, they also connect to the unseen realm if they're talking about Jesus. I mean, when you go through the whole communion, the blood of Christ, the bread of heaven, I mean, the blood of Christ, I mean, that's a whole ritual sacrifice too, right? Just don't allow the ignorance to pull you away. I'm pretty sure that's not the way the collective here is. But one thing I will say is this, that when it comes to being on this cosmic and spiritual journey, we can accept anybody where they are at along their journey until they get beside themselves. Because there are many verses as to where they see Jesus as what they see him as, performing Reiki and doing all kinds of things that is connected to magicians. Even the story of Moses. You turn a whole staff into a serpent, and then you come at somebody who's into tarot and this and saying that, make the shit make sense, baby. You see the level of ignorance? That's that unethical, corrupt energy that was coming up earlier. You truly want to go to the essence of what heaven is? Well, you can't be, you know what I'm saying, preaching that energy and then telling somebody that's into cards and candles that the whole church is filled with candles. Some of them. But I digress. That's the entity that's being handled. That some of you within the collective was in a relationship with. Even if there wasn't a dialogue about that energetically, that was the spiritual warfare that was going on. And you saw the pattern. However, which way you were designed to see the pattern, you saw it. What's in the external environment here? The King of Swords, which is this person of air. But the energy is one that is cold, abrupt, critical, and calculated. It's an entity. I mean, you do call the Aquarian energy aliens, though, for real, for real. They really, I love the peace dealer for that. He has the best explanations, yo. True astrologer, amazing. The peace dealer. He says that Aquarius is hijacked Earth. And that you'll have two types of Aquariuses. The one that'll tell you what they love about Earth, and the other one who act as if they don't know what the fuck you talk about. Well, Aquariuses, y'all be know it, okay? Y'all be moving as though y'all be fucking know it sometimes. Not all the time. Not all Aquariuses, but shout out to the peace dealer. And we have here the Empress. For some of you, this could be a mother figure, the mother of your child, if you have children. That's the significant relationship or someone you had children with. They knew exactly what they were doing. They play their role perfectly when it comes to assisting you with seeing the worst and going through the worst. But this is also where I say, when the time is up, the lesson is over, motherfuckers need to learn and remember, you don't go past this point. Especially once you've already had that moment where something may even return just to see where you, if you learned a lesson. We learned this lesson. We got it. Okay? We got it. Tell me more about this. This is a little creepy. Because the Ten of Cups showed up at the bottom of the deck when we was over here, looking at the immediate past. So Source is just showing, yes, this is what we've been talking about this entire, it's just connecting the dots of what's ending. 10-10 right now. You've been online for 3 hours? Yeah, there's fairies around here. There's certainly fairies around here at this time. Moon in Libra, mental conflict. This looks great. You may say, this is emotional fulfillment, but it's also subconsciously putting you through some sort of conflict mentally. Remember, the advice is to focus on bringing balance into your life through healing, especially from situations that abruptly end or change up where you notice that something about a portal has to be closed. 10-11. Where did we stop at? The Six of Cups, which is literally peeping right here. Is it behind us? Yes, it is. This is giving the vibe of somebody rushing towards. It's on some, wherever this entity comes from, their commander is saying, rush in, because they know we don't have time. We don't have time. Fuck are you? 188.20, 818. It's closing. The portal is literally closing. It was 180, it's 181, it was 188 on the screen. But this is 818. It's closing. You're putting the pieces together. 188.38. You went to the depths. 38. You went to the depths. You figured it out. At least we doing that here. Shit. Getting clear about that inner knowing. Clarify. What's Queen of Cups? Finally surrendering. 5 of Swords. And there she goes. So a signal, an alert symbol could be, an alert signal could be a tension headache. Oh, remember that's where this was coming through. Something about the back of the head, the right side. So this, when I just got quiet, what happened was I was just imagining if any of you were going through this type of situation, right? Or going through this type of situation, me walking with you in your pocket sort of thing on a daily basis, signaling, helping you see the signals. Then the guidance was, look at the Queen of Cups necklace. Now, what do we point out here that was next to this wise one? This, right? This braid. Is it on this side? It's this side. My bad. This braid. It can shorty neck. Do you see that? Somebody with that color hair is also going to be a sign. Because they're also showing me that too. A blue, a Russian blue cat, blue Russian cat. Let's say if you're scrolling on TikTok, you may see a blue Russian cat, the actual blue one, which is a rare one, but they're usually this beautiful gray color. Russian blue, blue Russian, whatever you call them. Respectfully, they are beautiful. Okay? Beautiful cats. But yeah, that could be significant. Interesting. Yes, because the cards, all these cards fell through, and the Sun card was the one that appeared. With the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Which the Knight of Cups does speak about an invitation or a proposal. Tell me more about this. For some of you, there could be a mother figure that has intervened in your partnership. The mother of your partner that intervened in this partnership. Eight of Pentacles. With the moons and the cycles on there. Yeah. Virgo energy. And the heart chakra candle. Now, on another note, what's in the environment also, which would be applying the wisdom you've gained, is where the wise one or this maternal energy, this crone, is helping you through the cycles to analyze the situation, to surrender from what it is you have to surrender, so you can recognize where the true desire and fulfillment is. So you can pinpoint it perfectly. You won't miss it. Yeah, Four of Cups, because this Four of Cups is looking at the past and not seeing this new beginning coming in. Absolutely, yes. Okay. Nine of Cups. Go into the depths of your emotions to see what has to end so you can start a new beginning. Bringing you out of this trapped in fear energy as the Magician, because you are aware of the cycles. Ashe. Let's see what's in the hopes and fears position. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. And the Eight of Cups. You got nothing to worry about. If there was this energy of being trapped or not knowing what to do, we've already disclosed so much information, uprooted so much information, so that way before Saturn in Pisces going back, Saturn going back into Pisces, you'll be more than well equipped to handle this energy, because it's not something that you can take with you, especially with this Queen of Pentacles showing up what's at the forefront of your mind. You're getting a deeper understanding and revelation through this message, so there's nothing to worry about. Confirm. Yep, you got the strength. Yes. It's activating the solar plexus, so you can trust what it is that you're being instinctively guided to do. Two of Wands, Mars and Aries. It better not get in your way, that's all I'm saying. Strength card, Two of Wands, Mars and Aries is on some, you're noticing what's getting in the way of you planning, putting your strategy together to move forward, and what's coming in to present a challenge as far as you being well on your way. Literally, I didn't even have to take that Ace of Wands from there. And you know what? We're going to put it back because it's right here. Nothing's getting in the way of your inner knowing. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, you're going to 2220 on the screen. You're going to know. You know that. Trust your nose, because it'll tell you. You start fucking that rant. Yo, what? Again, that's a different one. I don't know where that motherfucker came from. Literally, that shit just came. That is hilarious. We got the Two of Pentacles and the Hangman that came out here just now, but we're going to see, and then the Queen of Cups. You'll be able to trust your intuition, because confusion may set in. The confusion is going to alert you that something of an energetic frequency of confusion is on its way, especially when you're in a position of mental clarity, which is why it's important to stay rooted and grounded. Outcome, the Knight of Cups. Catch it. And the Page of Swords. The energy is, this is something new that's coming towards you. A new invitation that is having to do with the heart of someone wanting to give their emotions to you. They may have been watching you for at least 2 years, or they may themselves may have been going through this process that we just talked about too. Because there's an energetic vibration of a match, especially with what's crowning you has to do with the Queen of Pentacles, you being self-made, you knowing your value, using your value wisely within the past 2 years and seeing the patterns clearly. So that way you can start afresh here with this mental clarity as to what's next. And the outcome for you is this invitation, this offer of love, or something you love to do from what you've been studying these past 2 years. Or again, this is where if somebody comes towards you, there's something that you both have overcome within the past 2 years. With that Venusian energy that showed up, this is certainly a soulmate for some of you here in the collective. Wow. That was a high priestess that popped in and out. It's a surprise. Oh gosh. Wow. Listen, if pregnancy is not something you want, 20034. Something will move quickly, so yeah. But for others of you, this could be the birth of a new idea. Abundant new idea. All you have to do is say the word. There goes that magnetism. Huh. All you got to do is say the word. With the Judgment here. 203302. It's as if some of you are sending a signal of your upgrade, and whatever is aligned to you, that's all they've been waiting on. Some of y'all gonna be so amazingly wealthy, you will have a butler. But please don't snap at the butler. What's this? Page of Wands. This, yeah, this is coming in pretty quickly here too. With the Page of Wands, a message of great news. So whatever this is, for whomever receives this, collective, receiving this message, this offer, is something that is of great news. It's something that's going to fulfill you. It's been a long time coming too. It finally reaches the destination due to a transformation here. Powerful though. It's intense. Someone has just recently disconnected from a certain belief that no longer served their evolutionary growth, their spiritual growth. I know you see that Pope there. Yes. Somebody has officially been reborn. For some of you, there's something about you. If you find out that you're conceiving, for this to be a Scorpio, this would be end of January, February, between February, that time frame. I mean, things can happen before, but the full moon in Scorpio, activation at 22 degrees. The reward of you turning your sacred rage into sovereignty. One more. The world. Completion. Wow. Feeling complete. Something that's really, it's a powerful exchange that is the outcome of this reading that's going to have you feeling complete, abundant, full of life force energy. Your vitality is at an all-time high. We got the King of Pentacles, Kingpin energy. Star-crossed lovers is coming through with this advice, and the fact that that's showing up. the true Big Bang Theory is you in this connection you're about to be in. The heart of it, on its way. The Chariot Cancer season is going to be very significant. Or when Jupiter goes into Cancer. With Cancer having that energy of being nurturing and things of that nature, with Jupiter being the one of expansion. It'll certainly place you into positions where there's a reciprocity of nurturance, for sure. It may start off a little slow because of the other aspects it's going to have. Just don't put yourself in a position to bite off more than you can chew, per se. Fury, 10. And Pleiadians, 10-16. Four of Swords, you can finally rest. Yeah. You've been waiting to exhale, you can finally rest. Unconditional love, excitement, and laughter. While also having this ignited protection of fire surrounding you, the ring of ancestors, the ring of fire of ancestors around you constantly. Even more so now because you're about to embark on this new phase. Yeah. That is your message. Let's finalize it with a surrender. With the surrender cards. Nah, there was certainly some fairies in here because you're most welcome, my love. Three hours. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar, collective. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. And there it is. That's the message of this entire, you already got the, you know? If you're watching this on the replay, listen, I would highly suggest with as long as my lives are, I'm not time stamping nada, okay? But what you can do, you can actually perform some sort of fast forward, rewind reading. So basically tap in on the screen wherever you want to get to the message and see what pops up for you. You know, you can do it that way too. But other than that,